Ah, yes, that's a good one. Joseph, bring me another round, will you, lad? Let's see. Where were we? Oh, yes, the farm. Our heroes rested at an abandoned farm, but the next morning, they set out to return to their camp. After checking in with the Phaendar survivors and speaking with Oberyn, they ventured forth back into the wilds in search of the Ranger's redoubt. Little did they know of the dangers they would encounter. They soon found themselves in an unsettling marshy area. All the birds and wildlife were quiet. The party cautiously approaches a nearby cabin, but Nyari makes an unsettling discovery.
As you're walking down this trail, you are looking at these webs and you're assuming that they're just like normal webs and whatnot, and you're walking down the trail, and as you get that far, you step in a particularly thick web that attaches to your leg. So as you continue, you just collapse and fall, and you are entangled. From the webs come a couple creatures. These are giant spiders. This creature is known as an ettercap.
Beware, these are ettercaps. They have poison.
Our heroes battle the spiders and horrifying beast. Volus and Nyari manage to quickly slay both of the crawlies. The bear swipes viciously with his claws to take down the first, and joins Nyari in cutting down the other. Orin bravely draws the ettercap's attention with his sturdy dwarven fortitude. Finally, the battle is brought to an epic conclusion as Nyari rends the beast with a mighty swing of her battle axe.
So she's facing the spider, and as it goes down, she just like whips around and like takes a big step, and just part of her whip is just like comes around with her axe and just cleaves the thing right in two. Needless to say, I stop raging, and like after that hit, she just kind of like bends over and like puts her hands on her knees and is just like breathing really hard and effectively fatigued for a minute.
Next, the party explores the Ranger Redoubt cabin, uncovering a half-burnt letter with an encoded message. Our heroes decide to rest for the night, settle a few differences, and discover a little bit about each other.
Nyari will kind of look at Orin and say, "It's been some time and I haven't brought this up, but I know that there was some issues with that shield back in Phaendar, and I don't understand. I don't know what that means to you, and in the moment it was hard to understand your feelings about it, but would you explain to me why you were so averse to me using it?"
Orin will look up from eating his food and look at Volus and Nyari and Lassie. It's the hated enemy of the dwarves. They hunt us, they enslave us, they create false goods. They're the most evil representation against the dwarves, and it's completely against what we believe in, and so I could not let you use that shield. It egregious beyond belief.
Well, that's good to know. I don't know the gods very much. I don't want it to cause any tension. I don't want to offend you in any way, so all I ask is that you just help me in the future with things like this, because I don't understand.
Aiden, I'm assuming, will kind of have been like awkwardly eating while they're just kind of like fighting around him, kind of thing.
Everybody's just in the room, just
He's got like a bowl of cereal,
like sitting, staring at the wall, just eating.
It's just like
Volus isn't looking at anything but the food in your hand, and Nyari's just
like mid-conversation, I just without looking, just handing to Volus.
just handing food over to him.
But he is interested in the conversation, and even though he doesn't know many of the dwarven guys, he does respect some, and so he'll chime in. I know about the gods. My grandfather, the priest at Phaendar, he taught me well. They are not just real, Nyari. They affect our lives, and there is cause to like some and to hate even others. So maybe it is something you learn about.
The next day, they set out again to explore, this time stumbling upon a friendly centaur.
Hello, travelers. I do not see many people in this part of the Fangwood, especially not of your kind. And he looks at you guys and he says, can I help you? What are you doing in this area? Would you like to join me for a meal?
Aiden, before apologizing for having to leave quickly, will ask humbly as if he can, but I'm sure it comes across poorly. Do you have any supplies you could part with? Anything you could help? You know, these people are really hurting.
He says, of course, yes, I've got plenty of supply. Well, not plenty. I've got enough for myself, but it'll probably last you folks a couple days. I was gonna have him joke about how since he's a horse, he eats more than you guys, but I'm not sure how to have that joke land, so we can pretend that it is funny. And
No, yeah, he'll chuckle and then make probably an unintentionally racist, but a passing remark like, "Yeah, Jasper eats a bunch." he only needs feed,
yeah.
kind of thing. But it probably leaves like a poor taste. It's like, I'm not a horse. I am a centaur, kind of feeling.
Yeah, so he opens up that sack and he takes out. So he has a sack full of, like, again, apples and whatnot. He takes about maybe he'll take a quarter of them for himself, and he'll let you guys take the other 3/4 that he had with him.
After departing from their new friend, the party begins their march west in search of a hunter's cabin. They set up camp for the night and partake of the apples the generous centaur provided. Suddenly, Nyari and Volus fall unconscious, and in the midst of the confusion, Theros hears the thundering of centaur hooves charging. But what will happen next? I guess you'll have to wait and see.